Peace, peace, peace. It's your boy, man, coming at y'all with some more Detroit Lions talk. This is another after dark video. You know what? I'm just gonna turn this into a thing. Every now and then I'm gonna just give you guys a late night in the dark type of video. For those who may be either going to bed or just coming home. Don't want to hear some sports talk. Well, this is after dark. This is NomeTV after dark. That's what I'm calling it. You can hate on it if you want to. Kid Ross. Anyway, again, I like to take the time to apologize too for my video the other day. My review the win over the Patriots. There was some issues I was having at work, and just in personal in general. That win was supposed to do a lot more for my spirit, but ultimately that negative energy kind of surrounded my spirit a little bit, and it kind of brought me down. I hated to have to make my video where it seemed like I was stalling. Know, I try to give y'all scientific things to sink your teeth into. So there was a lot more I wanted to say in my video, and kudos to There Goes Mobby and especially Everything King. Their last videos they made. Just beautiful, man. How they broke down, and they're right. Do not listen to ESPN and this garbage. How they're making excuses for the Patriots, and this is no disrespect to the Patriots fan base, but at the end of the day, the Lions have won games 3 years where they have. Do we have to go back to 2016? We were out Amir Abdullah. Theo Riddick eventually was up in and out. Eventually out for the season. We had other guys missing on the offense. People like Riley Reef at the time. Then, Larry Walford missed the game. I remember one time. The defense, don't even get me started there. Who wasn't hurt on the defense, man? We had no linebackers, realistically. We even traded Van Noy away, and then he goes on to win the Super Bowl. So it was like the Lions were depleted. It didn't stop them for having 8 comeback victories in that year, and 1 victory without Marvin Jones that was actually almost considered a blowout. Then it's the New Orleans Saints on the road, and that was without Marvin Jones. So, that's just the NFL, man. They didn't credit the Lions when they beat the New England Patriots. It's a shame that they had to be at full strength just for us, and then we had to do the same thing just to be able to get a little credit. And then they still wouldn't have credited us because it would have been about Matt Patricia only. That was a team victory, man. At the end of the day, as head coach, he can put all the players in the right position. But, James Harrison was saying, it's up to the players to play, man. You got to play. And that's the thing. The Lions showed up to play. They were tackling. They didn't just leave it up to the defensive line to get after Brady. When the pass rush on there, there was coverage stats. The guys put themselves in. Matt Patricia put them in a position to win. They executed. Carry on, the offensive linemen, they ran the ball. They called the right plays, but those linemen up front pushed people out the way for Carry on to run through the holes, man. Garrett Blunt did what he did. That's what it was. Those players, they never credited us for those type of wins. One time we went on Sunday Night Football against one of the greatest quarterbacks in his generation. We don't get no credit because of our history. And this is what King was talking about on one of his last videos, man. Again, shout out to him for that. For those who were feeling down, fuck them. Excuse my French, but fuck them. Let them go ahead, bring us down. It only exposes them more. You know what I'm saying? So that, we go be all right. Now, I know I'm making this a little bit too early saying this, but the Lions potentially, I'm going to keep this keyword intact, potentially are succeeding where the Dallas Cowboys have failed. It's ironic that I mention this up because we have a game coming up against these guys on the roads on Sunday. So, but at the end of the day, yeah, so far I think we have a chance to potentially offensively and even defensively succeed in where they failed it. When you think about 2016 and back, Dallas Cowboys was they still are. They're still a one-dimensional team that likes to run the ball if they can. Why would they not? They got a big guy like Ezekiel Elliott, then at 250 pounds, big raw power back that can do everything they need him to do. And then they have depth behind with Scarborough, names like that, but they're way out of sync, man. I think Jason Garrett is one of those problems. He has to go. There's been too many years, too many opportunity. Everybody was jumping down Marvin Lewis, getting rid of him, but he has his team looking decent right now. So if he is still the head coach with the Bengals, but yeah, but still, uh, Jason Garrett had no excuses. He had top five, top three offensive line at one point and could not see better. It's not Dak Prescott. It's Jason Garrett and his system is not working. The offensive scheme too is one dimensional. That you get past they run, as long as you defend the pass or control Ezekiel Elliott, you'll be fine. Uh, the Lions, however, reason why I say they can succeed where a lot of teams fail is because they have a very experienced quarterback that has proven he can play under any offensive scheme as long as the blocking is there, and if you give him a little trust with the play calling. That was Stafford kind of tweaking some plays on this last game. If they can run the ball, the Lions have the quarterback that knows how to mess up the passes, that knows how to make it a little bit more multi-dimensional. And when you have games where you're holding 40 minutes of possession time, you know, a lot of teams have to run the ball dramatically to do it. Although we did, it wasn't like it was only 32 carries. It was a balanced way of doing it. It wasn't like, oh, we ran more than we passed and we controlled the clock. No, it was a balance. It was like 36 carries, or 32 carries and 36 passes. That's one of the more balanced games we ever played in a while, man. So, when you think about that, that's where the Dallas Cowboys are feeling. That's where we have the edge on them. Where they can be dangerous is if they do kind of glide us up the pass and we just consistently let up too many big runs, especially at the middle of the heart of our defense, and are not able to get after Ezekiel Elliott. That can be a problem if you're not careful. But if you can control him, even if he gets on a yard game, you still can win, because the secondary coverage-wise, and we can beat them at their weakness and use their strength against them. That's what I'm keeping the Lions hat. Now, the reason why I say also the Lions could potentially succeed where Dallas fails defense. So that primary example. Their defense, as far as getting at the runs, getting hit and miss, it's too hard to judge early, too hard and too early to judge. We just seeing Ashawn coming in making some plays the other day. Hopefully this it's starting to look like my fruitions came true, because I was saying like Ashawn probably will get some plays, especially by the time Dallas get here. So hopefully, if I'm right, he should be. I don't know about starting, but he should get a lot more snaps this game too, to show that he still. Maybe it wasn't just he was sucking; he was just trying to learn. It took him a little longer to learn the scheme. Maybe that's what it was. So the line. So I can't really judge our run defense. The pass rush, a lot of heart of it comes from the linebackers, which also helps the secondary out dramatically, because now you get opportunity for coverage stats, especially with a healthy Darius Slay. That helps out a lot better. So the Lions have the better option. They have a better natural pass rush in their own way. I don't think they blitz. They may blitz often. I'm not good with the whole what's a blitz or not. I'm just not that kind of guy. No. That's Mobby for you. He can break that down. But, pass rush, comes from guys like the linebackers. Eli Harrell has been a steal, man. Devin Kennard has been a steal. Free agency, I think. I know it's early, but we very underestimated those guys way more than we thought. Even Romeo Okwara is even balling. Deshaun Hand is balling. We got some underrated guys. They just have to figure out the chemistry of what they go roll with, I think, on the Lions. Like I said, everything goes right. Their offense can take 30 minutes even though the game, and they're balanced. They're going to put a lot of teams away with that defense, because the fact of the matter, unlike the Dallas Cowboys, their defense seems to have more talent than that Dallas Cowboys defense did in 2016, and still to this point, from 2014 all the way up to now. They have more young talent in key areas, with key veterans still there that know how to play the game. What are some guys that's coming into him? Like, you're seeing a lot of good play right now. I know there was one good game, but I saw improvement again in game 2 with the Lions. So at the end of the day, I expect this team to really get better at the end of the day. So, man, they're interesting. 40 minutes, like a few minutes shy of 40 minutes in one game. That's unheard of to me for a Detroit Lions offense. Now, don't get me wrong. We take a lot of times, advantage of the clock. Even when we don't score points, we'll hold time possession. Sometimes we'll lose with the most time possession because we're not doing anything on our possessions. But man, that it's what I've been waiting to see. Imagine giving Matthew Stafford 40 minutes a game. Imagine if that happens. Giving him that, you don't want that. I don't care how many points we score. You don't want Stafford holding 40 minutes a game because at some point we're going to run the ball on you and take the time away from you. You won't be able to do nothing but throw. And the way our pass rush is working, you will be able to get to the quarterback more consistently. So that's something to look forward to. I hope we can keep something like that going. Again, it may not be 40 minutes a game. Hell, I'll take 30. I'll take 28 minutes per game. Even if as long as defense shows up, we'll be fine. Good to see defense get rest. That's what it is. Too, man. So hopefully special teams continues to improve. Um, That's it, man. It's not a preview or a review. It's just random Detroit Lions talk, man. Shout out to everybody in DV, from King and the rest of the game, man. Appreciate it again. Like anything I had to say, give it, hit the subscribe button for your boy. And I appreciate everybody. Thank you. Peace.